The Last Hope Protocol. Commander Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck of Earth's last orbital station, watching the swirling storms that now perpetually covered her dying homeworld. 30 years of environmental collapse had transformed the once blue planet into a hostile amalgam of superstorms and toxic atmospheres. The remaining human population, barely 2 billion now, survived in underground habitats and orbital stations. "Commander, we're picking up an anomaly." Lieutenant Park's voice crackled through her neural implant. "It's like nothing we've seen before." Sarah turned away from the viewport, her augmented eyes automatically adjusting to the station's dim lighting. "Show me." The holographic display materialized before her, showing a complex waveform that pulsed with an eerily regular pattern. It originated from somewhere beyond Neptune's orbit, defying known physics with its ability to propagate faster than light. "Analysis?" she asked, studying the strange signal. "It's structured, Commander. Too ordered to be natural. But it's not using any known communication protocol. The quantum signature suggests technology far beyond our current understanding." Sarah felt her heart rate increase, her biomonitors registering the spike in adrenaline. After decades of searching the stars for signs of intelligent life, this could be humanity's first contact. The timing couldn't be more critical or suspicious. "Alert the Council. Initiate First Contact Protocol Alpha. And Park, keep this quiet for now. The last thing we need is panic in the habitats." Within hours, Sarah found herself facing the Emergency Council, 12 grim-faced leaders representing Earth's remaining power blocks. The signal data floated between them in the virtual conference space, casting ethereal shadows across their avatars. "It's accelerating," Sarah reported, manipulating the hologram to show the signal's progression. "Whatever it is, it's headed directly for our solar system. At current velocity, they'll reach Neptune's orbit in less than a week." "They?" Counselor Zhang's avatar flickered with skepticism. "We're assuming this is an alien civilization." "The math doesn't lie," Sarah replied. "The signal contains embedded quantum algorithms that could only be artificially created. This is first contact." The council chamber erupted in overlapping arguments. Some advocated for immediate military preparation, others for attempting peaceful communication. A few even suggested hiding, powering down all stations and habitats in hopes the visitors would pass by. Sarah let them argue, her mind racing through scenarios. Humanity had barely survived its own technological adolescence and now stood on the brink of extinction. Their visitors, whoever they were, possessed technology that made humanity's greatest achievements look primitive in comparison. "We need to consider the possibility," Counselor Patel said quietly, silencing the others, "that this is an answer to our prayers, or a final nail in our coffin." Sarah stepped forward, her avatar growing slightly to command attention. "Whatever their intentions, we need to present a united front. Humanity has survived everything Earth has thrown at us. We've adapted, evolved, pushed the boundaries of what's possible. If these visitors are peaceful, we need to be ready to learn. If they're hostile," she let the thought hang. "You have a proposal, Commander." Council President Monroe leaned forward. "We activate the Last Hope Protocol." The virtual chamber went deadly silent. The Last Hope Protocol had been developed in secret over the past decade. A desperate plan for a desperate situation. It would unite Earth's remaining military and scientific resources under a single command structure, with authority to take whatever actions necessary to ensure human survival. "That would mean martial law," Zhang protested, "giving absolute authority to the person best positioned to make rapid decisions." Monroe interrupted. "Commander Chen has led the Space Force through the worst of the environmental crisis. She's kept our orbital stations functioning, our supply lines open, when everything was falling apart." Sarah stayed silent, letting the council debate. The Last Hope Protocol would put the weight of human survival on her shoulders, but they were running out of options. And time. The signal pulsed again, stronger now. "They're accelerating. Lieutenant Park's voice cut through the council chamber. New arrival estimate: 36 hours. The council erupted again, but President Monroe raised a hand for silence. We don't have time for debate. All in favor of activating the Last Hope Protocol. One by one, the council members voted. Sarah watched the tally climb. 7, 8, 9. The decision was made. Commander Sarah Chen, Monroe's avatar, stood, somehow looking both regal and exhausted. By the authority of the Emergency Council, you are hereby granted full executive powers under the Last Hope Protocol. May whatever gods remain help us all. Sarah felt the neural interface tingle as unprecedented access codes flooded her implants. Somewhere in the stations and habitats, automated systems whirred to life, implementing new command protocols. What are your orders, Commander? Park asked. Sarah took a deep breath, studying the signal one last time. Initiate full mobilization. I want every functional piece of military hardware ready to deploy. But keep it quiet. No obvious movements that could be interpreted as hostile. And the civilian population. Begin evacuation procedures for the surface habitats. Move everyone we can to the orbital stations and lunar bases. Tell them it's a safety drill. They won't believe that, John warned. They don't need to. They just need to be somewhere defensible when our visitors arrive. Sarah turned to address the council one last time. I suggest you all return to your commands. If these visitors are peaceful, we'll need clear heads and steady hands for negotiations. If they're not, she straightened her virtual uniform. Then humanity is about to face its greatest test, and we will not go quietly. As the council members' avatars winked out one by one, Sarah returned her gaze to Earth. The storms still raged across its surface, but now they seemed less threatening compared to what might be coming from the depths of space. Park, she said quietly, get me everything we have on theoretical first contact scenarios. And find Dr. Elena Martinez. She's been working on a revolutionary communication algorithm. We're going to need every advantage we can get. The signal pulsed again, stronger than ever. Somewhere out there, an advanced civilization was heading toward Earth. Whether they came as saviors or conquerors, humanity would face them as one. Sarah Chen, now the most powerful human in history, had 36 hours to prepare for an encounter that would determine the fate of her species. She smiled grimly. It would have to be enough. The price of survival. The aliens called themselves the Sci-Fi, and they arrived in a ship that defied human understanding. It emerged from what appeared to be a self-contained wormhole, a massive structure of crystalline metal that seemed to bend light around itself. Sarah Chen watched from the command center as it took up position just beyond lunar orbit, dwarfing humanity's orbital installations. Their first message was simple: we offer salvation. 24 hours later, Sarah sat across from the Sci-Fi ambassador in a hastily prepared conference room aboard the International Space Station. The alien's form was unsettling, a shifting mass of what looked like liquid mercury contained within a transparent environmental suit. Multiple eyes, or what Sarah assumed were eyes, studied her with unnerving intensity. Your species stands at a crossroads. The ambassador's words formed directly in Sarah's mind through some form of advanced telepathic technology. We have watched your struggle. Your resilience is impressive. You've been monitoring us. Sarah kept her voice steady, despite the implications. For decades, your species has survived challenges that have destroyed others. But now you face extinction. We can prevent this. Sarah leaned forward. At what price? The ambassador's form rippled. Understanding. You grasped the fundamental truth. Nothing comes without cost. This is why we chose you as commander. You see clearly. What exactly are you offering? Genetic enhancement. Your species has remarkable potential locked within your DNA. We can unlock it. Help you evolve beyond your current limitations. Enable you to survive on your transformed world. Sarah's augmented eyes narrowed. And what do you want in return? Partnership. Your species' potential is unique. Once enhanced, you would serve as peacekeepers, enforcers. The galaxy is vast and chaotic. Order must be maintained. You want to turn us into soldiers. We want to save you from extinction while gaining valuable allies. The process would be voluntary. Those who accept enhancement would gain abilities beyond your current imagination. Those who refuse would still benefit from our environmental technology, though they would remain limited. Sarah stood, walking to the viewport. Earth's storm-racked surface spun below. How many other species have you made this offer to? The ambassador's form swirled with patterns Sarah's human mind struggled to interpret. 17. None possessed your potential. Most destroyed themselves before reaching your level of development. Others proved unsuitable. And if we refuse, we will depart. Your species will likely survive another generation, perhaps two, before your planet becomes completely uninhabitable. The strong will last longest, watching the weak perish, a slow, painful extinction. Sarah felt the weight of humanity's future pressing down on her. The Last Hope Protocol gave her the authority to make this decision, but the implications were staggering. I need to consult with the Council. Of course, you have 6 hours. After that, we must depart. Other matters require our attention. The Emergency Council's debate was fierce. The Skite's offer represented everything humanity had dreamed of: advanced technology, genetic enhancement, survival. But the price. They want to turn us into their personal army, Counselor Jung argued. We'd be trading extinction for slavery. Is it slavery if we choose it? Counselor Patel countered. They're offering us the power to save ourselves, along with an obligation to fight their battles, Sarah added quietly. But we need to consider the alternative. Earth is dying. Our underground habitats are failing. The orbital stations can't support our entire population indefinitely. Could we accept their environmental technology, but refuse the genetic enhancements? Monroe asked. Sarah shook her head. They were clear. It's all or nothing. And even with their environmental tech, we'd remain vulnerable, dependent on their goodwill, while watching our enhanced brothers and sisters become their super soldiers. Zhang spat. It would tear our society apart. Our society is already torn apart. Sarah countered. We're a dying species desperately clinging to survival. The Skite are offering us a future. Yes, it comes with strings attached. Yes, it means fundamental changes to what it means to be human. But we're already changing. Look at our augmentations, our adaptations. We've been evolving by necessity. They're offering to accelerate that process. The council chamber fell silent. Sarah could see the struggle in their faces, pride warring with pragmatism, fear battling hope. Commander, Monroe said finally, you hold the authority under the Last Hope Protocol. What is your decision? Sarah closed her eyes, feeling the weight of billions of lives in her hands. When she opened them, her augmented gaze was steady. We accept, but with conditions. I want their complete genetic enhancement data for our scientists to analyze. We implement the process our way, at our pace, and we maintain autonomy over our military structure. They may refuse, Zhang warned. Then we refuse their offer. We're not that desperate yet. Sarah straightened. Humanity has survived this long by adapting on our own terms. If the Skite want us as allies, they'll have to accept that we come with our own conditions. The Skite ambassador's response was unexpected, something that Sarah's neural implants interpreted as amusement. Your species continues to surprise us, Commander. Most simply accept or refuse. None have attempted to negotiate. Then they didn't deserve to survive, Sarah replied firmly. These are our terms. Do you accept? The ambassador's form swirled with complex patterns. We accept. Your confidence is refreshing. Perhaps we have finally found what we have sought for so long. Within hours, the first data packets began arriving. Terabytes of genetic information that would transform humanity forever. Sarah watched the transfer progress on her neural display, wondering if she had just saved humanity or sold its soul. Begin analysis, she ordered. Full genetic mapping. Comparison with human baseline. I want to know exactly what we're getting into. As humanity's best minds began decoding the Skitae's genetic science, Sarah returned to the viewport. The massive alien ship hung against the star field like a promise or a threat. One way or another, humanity was about to evolve. She just hoped they were ready for what they might become. Ready or not, she whispered to herself, there's no turning back now. Trial by fire. The first transformations began 3 months after the Skitae's arrival. Sarah Chen watched through reinforced glass as Dr. Elena Martinez underwent the procedure. The brilliant geneticist had insisted on being among the first test subjects. The transformation chamber filled with silvery mist, the Skitae's enhancement particles bonding with human DNA. Elena's body arched, surrounded by swirling patterns of light. Her neural implants flared as new connections formed, upgrading faster than their designers had thought possible. Neural pathways expanding. The medical AI reported. Genetic restructuring at 15% and accelerating. No signs of rejection. Sarah pressed her hand against the glass. Elena had been her friend since university, brilliant and fearless. Now she was becoming something new. Humanity's first step into an uncertain future. The process took 6 hours. When Elena emerged, she looked superficially the same, but sensors showed the truth. Her cellular structure had been fundamentally altered, enhanced in ways that defied current human science. How do you feel? Sarah asked through the quarantine field. Elena opened her eyes, now swirling with hints of silver. Like, everything is sharper, clearer. She lifted her hand, watching as her skin shifted patterns like reactive camouflage. The theoretical models didn't do it justice. We're not just being enhanced, Sarah. We're evolving into something entirely new. The program accelerated after Elena's success. Thousands volunteered for enhancement, mostly military personnel and scientists at first. Each transformation was unique, the Skitae's technology adapting to individual genetic patterns. Some developed extraordinary physical abilities, enhanced strength, reactive armor-like skin, accelerated healing. Others manifested mental powers, advanced cognitive processing, telepathic communication, the ability to interface directly with technology. All showed increased resistance to environmental hazards, perfectly suited for Earth's new hostile climate. But there were complications. We're seeing unexpected mutations, Elena reported 1 month later. The enhancements are evolving, adapting faster than predicted. Some subjects are developing abilities the Skitae didn't document. Sarah studied the data. Is it dangerous? Not exactly, but it's unprecedented. The Skitae's genetic templates are interacting with human DNA in ways they may not have anticipated. We're becoming something unique. Before they could fully understand these developments, the first crisis hit. A rival alien species, the Victories, launched an attack on one of Earth's lunar bases. Their stated goal: prevent humanity from gaining power that could threaten galactic stability. The enhanced human defenders responded with capabilities that shocked both allies and enemies. Lieutenant Park, among the first enhanced soldiers, demonstrated the new potential of humanity. His skin turned metallic, deflecting energy weapons. His neural implants interfaced directly with defense systems, coordinating responses with impossible speed. The Victories attack was repelled in hours, their advanced ships destroyed by weapons guided by enhanced human minds. The few captured attackers were stunned. Their intelligence had suggested primitive defenders, not the evolved warriors they encountered. The Skitae ambassador's form rippled with what Sarah interpreted as satisfaction. You exceed expectations. The Victories have terrorized younger species for millennia. None have defeated them so decisively. But Sarah noticed something in the ambassador's patterns: uncertainty, concern. The enhanced humans were developing faster, becoming more powerful than anyone had predicted. Elena confirmed her suspicions. The Skitae's enhancement process isn't just upgrading us, it's unlocking something that was already there. Dormant potential in our DNA. Each generation of enhancement is stronger than the last. At this rate, we might surpass our supposed benefactors. Sarah finished. The implications were staggering. The Skite had offered to transform humanity into their soldiers, but they might have instead awakened something far more significant. Reports flooded in from around the world. Enhanced humans were developing abilities to purify contaminated environments, repair ecological damage. Others showed signs of even more exotic capabilities: manipulation of energy fields, matter restructuring, technologies that blended seamlessly with evolved biology. We need to adjust the program, Sarah decided. Slow down the enhancements, study these developments more carefully. But events outpaced caution. The Victory attack had revealed Earth's vulnerability, and other alien species were watching. Humanity needed defenders, and the enhanced volunteers were proving more capable than anyone had imagined. Sarah stood in her command center, watching feeds from around the solar system. Enhanced human crews were building advanced defense platforms, their evolved minds interfacing directly with new technologies. Others were beginning to venture out into the solar system, their transformed bodies adapting to the harsh conditions of space. The Skite are getting nervous, Elena reported, her silver eyes swirling. They've never seen enhancement produce results like this. We're not just surviving. We're thriving, evolving, becoming something new. Sarah watched as another group of volunteers entered the transformation chambers. They wanted soldiers, she said quietly. I think they're going to get something very different. The Skite ship remained in orbit, watching as humanity transformed itself. Sarah couldn't help but wonder if they realized what they had unleashed, not just enhanced humans, but a species awakening to its true potential. Send word to all enhanced personnel, she ordered. Full testing of all new capabilities. I want to know exactly what we're becoming. She paused, looking at the stormy Earth below. And get me a direct line to this Skite ambassador. I think it's time we renegotiated our arrangement. The future was transforming faster than anyone had predicted, and humanity was leading the change. The trial by fire had begun, and its outcome would reshape not just Earth, but the galaxy itself. Rising storm. The truth emerged 6 months after the first enhancements. Sarah Chen was reviewing genetic data when Elena burst into her office, her silver eyes pulsing with urgency. They lied to us, Elena said, throwing data projections into the air. The Skite. This wasn't about making us peacekeepers. Look at the deep genetic markers. The data told a chilling story. The Skite's enhancement process wasn't designed to create allies. It was meant to create weapons, expendable soldiers whose powers would burn them out within a decade. But something had gone wrong. Or right. Human DNA isn't just accepting the enhancements, Elena explained, her skin rippling with agitation. It's rewriting them, improving them. Every generation of enhanced humans is more stable, more powerful. We're not becoming what they intended. We're becoming something they fear. Sarah's augmented eyes scanned the data. How many others know? Just my core team. But the Skite must suspect. They've been requesting more oversight of the enhancement program. Sarah activated her secure neural link to Earth's defense grid. Begin Protocol Omega. Authorization, Chen Alpha 7. Across Earth's orbital stations and lunar bases, hidden defense systems came online. For months, enhanced humans have been building secret installations, preparing for the possibility of betrayal. Alert all enhanced personnel, Sarah ordered. Code Black. This isn't a drill. The response was immediate. Enhanced humans across the solar system activated abilities they'd kept hidden from their supposed benefactors. Defensive shields shimmered into existence around key installations. Communication systems shifted to new frequencies that even the Skite couldn't monitor. The Skite ambassador demanded an immediate meeting. Your species has exceeded parameters. The ambassador's telepathic voice held an edge of threat. The enhancements were meant to be controlled, limited. Sarah stood her ground. You mean they were meant to enslave us, turn us into disposable soldiers for your galactic wars? You could not be allowed to develop naturally. Your potential was too dangerous. The enhancements should have bound you to our control. Instead, they set us free. Sarah's augmented eyes glowed. Humanity isn't just surviving anymore. We're evolving, growing, becoming what we were meant to be. This cannot be permitted. The ambassador's form writhed. Protocol demands immediate termination of failed enhancement subjects. Sarah smiled coldly. You can try. The Skitai attacked without warning. Their massive ship launched energy weapons designed to target enhanced human DNA, but humanity had prepared for betrayal. Enhanced defenders responded with abilities that shocked their creators. Lieutenant Park's team demonstrated powers that defied physics, creating energy shields, redirecting attacks, interfacing with technology in ways the Skitai had never imagined possible. Elena led a team of enhanced scientists, their evolved minds working in perfect synchronization to counter Skitai technology. They turned the aliens' own weapons against them, using their deep understanding of the enhancement process to exploit weaknesses. The battle raged across the solar system. The Skitai had superior technology, but enhanced humans had something more powerful: adaptability. Each attack taught them, made them stronger. Their powers evolved in real time, responding to new threats with impossible speed. Sarah coordinated the defense from Earth's command center, her enhanced mind connected to thousands of others through a neural network the Skitai couldn't penetrate. She watched as humanity's true potential unveiled itself. Enhanced humans began repairing Earth's atmosphere, their evolved abilities accelerating environmental restoration. Others pushed the boundaries of space, their transformed bodies adapting to the harshest conditions. Each hour brought new discoveries, new capabilities. The Skitai's attack faltered. Their weapons proved ineffective against rapidly evolving human defenses. Their attempts to shut down the enhancement process failed as enhanced humans took control of their own evolution. Last chance, Sarah transmitted to the Skitai ship. Withdraw. Let us develop in our own way. The response came in the form of a final desperate attack. The Skitai ship attempted to create a quantum singularity, planning to destroy the solar system rather than let humanity continue its uncontrolled evolution. They didn't expect what happened next. Enhanced humans across the system joined their minds and powers. Led by Elena's scientific insights and empowered by their collective will, they did something unprecedented. They contained the singularity, transformed it, and sent it back. The Skitai ship vanished in an implosion of light. In the aftermath, Sarah stood with Elena, watching Earth's storms begin to clear as enhanced humans restored their world. We should thank them, in a way, Elena mused. Their attempt to control us showed us what we could really become. Sarah nodded, but this is just the beginning. Other species will come, trying to stop what we're becoming. Let them try. Elena's silver eyes gleamed. Humanity isn't anyone's weapon anymore. We're becoming something new, something free. Sarah watched as the first enhanced ships prepared to venture beyond the solar system. Humanity had survived its trial by fire. Now it was time to show the galaxy what they could really become. The storm had passed, but a new dawn was rising. And humanity would meet it transformed, evolved, and finally, truly free. Breaking chains. A year after the Skitai's defeat, humanity had transformed beyond recognition. The enhanced population now numbered in the millions, their abilities growing stronger with each generation. Earth's atmosphere was healing, dead zones returning to life under the influence of the evolved human abilities. But the galaxy wasn't finished with humanity. The first warning came from deep space monitoring stations, a massive fleet approaching from multiple vectors. The Galactic Council, an alliance of advanced species, had declared humanity a threat to cosmic order. Sarah Chen, now leading Earth's Defense Command, called an emergency meeting with her enhanced advisors. Elena's research team had made a breakthrough in understanding their evolution. We're not just enhanced humans anymore, Elena explained, projecting complex genetic data. We're becoming a bridge between organic and energy beings. Our DNA is evolving toward a state of matter manipulation that most species consider impossible. The Galactic Council's ultimatum arrived: submit to control or face extinction. They feared humanity's rapid evolution would destabilize the careful balance of power they'd maintained for millennia. Sarah's response was brief: come and try. The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. The Council's fleet attacked with weapons that could shatter planets, but humanity had grown far beyond their expectations. Enhanced humans demonstrated powers that redefined possible. They created defense systems that bent space itself, developed technologies that merged seamlessly with their evolved biology. Every attack against them only spurred faster adaptation. Lieutenant Park led the space defense, his team's abilities now including direct manipulation of gravitational fields. They turned the enemy's own weapons against them, using their understanding of fundamental forces to devastating effect. But humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their power, it was their unity. Enhanced humans had developed a form of collective consciousness, sharing knowledge and abilities across vast distances. Each discovery, each adaptation, strengthened them all. Elena made the crucial discovery during the height of the battle. The enhancements didn't change us, she reported. They awakened something that was always there. Humanity's true potential was locked in our DNA, waiting for the right catalyst. The Council's fleet found itself facing an enemy that grew stronger with each engagement. Humanity wasn't just fighting back. They were transcending the very limitations the Council had enforced on younger species. Sarah coordinated Earth's defense from a command center that existed partially in normal space and partially in dimensions humanity had only recently learned to access. Through the enhanced neural network, she felt the collective will of her species, not to conquer, but to be free. The turning point came when the Council attempted to quarantine the solar system behind a quantum barrier. Enhanced humans didn't just break through it. They reshaped it, transformed it, and used it to create something new. A network of stable wormholes that would allow humanity to expand safely into the galaxy. The Council's fleet retreated, but Sarah knew this wasn't the end. She gathered Earth's leaders, enhanced and unenhanced alike, to plan humanity's next steps. We've broken their chains, she told them, but now we have to prove we deserve this freedom. That we can be more than the weapons the Skite intended, more than the threat the Council fears. Humanity had won its independence, but the real challenge was just beginning. They had to forge their own path among the stars, showing the galaxy a new way forward. The age of human limitation was over. The age of human potential had begun. Evolution's edge. The final confrontation began 3 years after humanity's transformation. The Galactic Council, desperate to contain Earth's influence, had allied with the surviving Skite. Their combined fleet emerged from hyperspace, the largest armada ever assembled. Sarah Chen felt them coming. All enhanced humans did. Their evolved consciousness extended beyond physical limits, sensing disturbances in space-time itself. Earth's defenses activated automatically, powered by the collective will of billions of enhanced minds. They brought something new. Elena reported from her research station, now a hybrid of organic and energy architecture. Quantum suppression technology. They're trying to shut down our abilities at the subatomic level. But humanity had evolved beyond simple countermeasures. Enhanced humans across the solar system joined their consciousness into a vast neural network that transcended normal physics. Their combined potential reached levels that even Elena's advanced models hadn't predicted. The enemy fleet struck with weapons designed to unravel reality itself. They expected humanity to break, to finally submit to control. Instead, they witnessed humanity's final evolution. Enhanced humans didn't just resist the attack, they reshaped it. Lieutenant Park's defense teams demonstrated abilities that seemed like magic to their opponents, transforming destructive energy into creative force. The very weapons meant to destroy them became catalysts for further evolution. Sarah stood in the center of Earth Command. Her consciousness extended across dimensions the Council didn't know existed. Through the neural network, she felt humanity's collective decision. They wouldn't just defend, they would transcend. They want to stop our evolution, she broadcast to all enhanced humans. Show them why they can't. The response was beyond anything the galaxy had seen. Enhanced humans merged their abilities in ways that defied conventional physics. They didn't just fight the invasion. They transformed it, showing the galaxy a new way of existence. The Council's suppression weapons faltered against defenses that adapted faster than light. Their fleet found itself surrounded by technologies that operated on principles they couldn't comprehend. But humanity's greatest weapon wasn't their power, it was their understanding. Through the neural network, they shared their knowledge with their attackers, showed them the truth. Humanity wasn't a threat to galactic order. They were its next step. Evolution incarnate. The fighting stopped when the Council finally understood. They weren't facing an enemy to be controlled. They were witnessing the birth of something new. A species that could bridge the gap between organic life and pure energy, between matter and consciousness. In the aftermath, Sarah met with the Council's representatives, not as a defeated species seeking terms, but as equals offering a new path forward. "We can show you what we've become," she told them, her enhanced form shifting between states of matter. "Help you understand what all species might achieve if they're allowed to evolve freely." The Council, faced with undeniable proof of humanity's transcendence, had no choice but to adapt. The age of control was ending. A new era of galactic evolution had begun. Humanity had broken its chains, surpassed its limitations, and shown the galaxy what was possible when potential was unleashed rather than contained. They had become something more than their creators intended, more than their enemies feared. They had become truly human. Standing on the observation deck of Earth Command, Sarah watched her transformed world. The storms were gone, replaced by skies that shimmered with the energy of evolved human consciousness. Enhanced humans were already establishing colonies across the galaxy, sharing their knowledge, helping other species unlock their own potential. "What do you think will become next?" Elena asked, her form now a beautiful blend of matter and energy. Sarah smiled, feeling the infinite possibilities through the neural network. "Whatever we choose to be, that's what freedom means." The galaxy would never be the same. But then, neither would humanity. They had reached evolution's edge and found it was just the beginning. The end.